Hey, Nina. Hello, Nina Kimberly. It's afternoon on my end, but good morning. How y'all doing? Give everybody a little minute. We ain't gonna be on here long. Y'all in here? Y'all drop some Lolos in the chat. We need to spread a little love. Spread a little love. Y'all in here? Woo! Oh, it's hot. How everybody doing? We ain't give everybody a little minute to get in. Hey, Rosalind. I am still Jen from the block. Baby, get Jen up out of here. Baby, we ain't got time to be playing with Jen today. Jen, going on. Not today, Jen. Not today. Just because you got a disability don't mean you disabled. Okay. I got one too. Going on, Jen. Not Jen, whatever your name is. I'm still Jenny. Jenny from the block. Woo. Y'all hit tap that support coming in. Thank you, Bullseye. Hello, good morning, good afternoon. I don't know what time zone you're on, but if it's morning, good morning. If it's afternoon where I'm at. So, good afternoon, good morning. Under Section 107, the copyright of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Hey, Rosalind. Oh, y'all already said Rosalind. How y'all doing? I'm on vacation, y'all. I had some running around to do this morning, so that's why I wasn't able to schedule my live this morning. So I had to do it for this afternoon. I got y'all so spoiled. I already had my coffee. So I already had my coffee this morning, so y'all ain't got to worry about that. Got me this Arizona mango. We'll give everybody a few more minutes. How everybody doing? How y'all doing so far? Support the channel. Hey, Christian. How you doing today? How you feeling better? How everybody doing? Y'all know I got to check that mental. We got to check that mental. How y'all feeling? I hope y'all smiling. You know, you got to keep smiling, honey, because the devil is trying to steal your peace, your joy, your love. Ooh, honey, because, baby, them spirits is jumping, honey. We don't need none of them demons jumping on us. All them bad spirits, baby, keep them bad spirits over yonder. You know what I'm saying? We don't want them bad spirits. That's good. I'm glad you're feeling much better. Y'all drop some Lolos in the chat. Y'all drop that Lolo in the chat. Y'all, let's drop these Lolos in the chat. Because we here to love on one another. We got to spread the love. Hold on. Yup, trolls and spammers will be blocked. Because, baby, we don't mind blocking. Because it'll be a block party. We already starting the block party. The block party. We don't mind having a good... Y'all ever been to a good block party? Y'all ever been to a good block party? Okay. Baby, the block parties are the best, baby. Baby, especially back in the days, them block parties was everything. So yeah, we definitely will have a block party over here. And it ain't gonna be the block party that they think it is either. I'm already on my caffeine, y'all, so not even a birthday. Not even a birthday party, a good old block party. Blocka, blocka, blocka. Cause baby, when I tell you bulls out them don't play, baby. I remember I was finna say something before I could say something, baby. Bulls I had already blah, blah, hit them with a 2-piece. With a blocka, blocka. Baby, when I tell y'all bulls out them quick with the hands, I felt the block. Whoa, whoa. I was too slow. Yeah, don't blah, blah. Real quick. Yes. Walk state down. Yes, walking state down the street. Okay. Already look. And if you ain't bow-legged and paratoed, you will get bow-legged and paratoed at the black party. Okay. And then when you stop and you stand, y'all already acting like you're paratoed and bow-legged. Standing back on your legs. Uh-huh. Period. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know. Y'all know. Oh my goodness. Oh, let me go back. Hey Gigi. Hey Ruby. I know I had to come back to your hey Gigi, love your positive channel. I watched you from a long time ago. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ruby. Thank you for coming in, joining in. That's what it's all about. Y'all make sure y'all drop that Lolo. If y'all don't know what that Lolo mean, that mean loving on loved ones. You know what I'm saying? We got to spread a little love. It's enough of hatred to go around. It's enough of negativity. But I'm like, you know what? Let's drop that Lolo. Let's spread some love on this channel. Somebody probably didn't get a hug or a smile today, but baby, we here to love on you. No matter what you're going through, because we all going through. There's so many people going through so many things. And mental health is so real. Mental health is so real. It's so real. What is it? PSTD? That right there. All that is so real. People go through traumas and even with us, even in our culture, we were raised to not to say things and sweep things, you know, up under the rug, or, you know, just pray about it. But after we pray about it, you know, it's like you pray but you go silent. But we had to learn, and we're learning now, even though we learned late, but we weren't learning now that it's okay to speak up, speak out. Whatever your trauma may be, losing loved ones, sometimes you need that. Everybody don't have a good support system. Sometimes people don't have a good team, and you know, people go through things through their childhood. And when people have trauma from childhood, and when they grow up in their adult life, all that trauma, the trauma don't be in their adult state. All that trauma still there from their childhood, and they really don't know how to, you know, to maneuver their traumas because of the support system. Or if an older grandparent raising someone, you got people from then, you know, they do the best they can of raising. But everybody, you know, everybody upbringing is so different. Everybody upbringing is not the same, you know. So sometimes you have to be so sensitive with other people and with their feelings and with their traumas. And as we can see it, we see it every day. Thank you for subscribing. I'm here to give you a good lesson. No, you ain't here to give me no good lesson. You finna get blocked because the block party already started. So you come in here with the crazy stuff, with the crazy comments and all that, you will get blocked. So I advise you to tread light, because you already got, yeah, there you go. I was finna give you a third. But yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe. Happy birthday. Someone's birthday. Palestinian in here. If you would like to bless the channel, I call it bless the channel. If you like um what we're talking about and everything. If you want to bless this channel, you more than likely you can bless the channel. So y'all make sure y'all drop that Lolo in the chat. I need to see more of that Lolo in the chat. We here to love on one another, support one another, uplift, encourage one another. You know, and I put, as you see, y'all see my thumbnail. That thumbnail is a really like a representation of myself when I lost my brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm my brother's keeper. And as we see, a lot of things have played out through here through the week, as we see the siblings rival, which is very heartbreaking. It's hard to sit through that. It's hard to, to sit through things like that, to see, siblings, we get into it. We have our differences, we don't always agree to disagree. But I wanted to talk about my youngest brother. He was like the third, he was like my mama dark child. He was like darker than me. Like he was like black boy. You ever know them nicknames? But his nickname was Gangster. That joker knew he was bad. But it's like growing up, and when you grow up into your adulthood, and I just want to talk about my brother because I miss him. I miss him aggravating me. I miss him like baby girl. And we didn't always see eye to eye because we didn't agree with some of the things, his life and how his life was. But you know what I'm saying, even when he got on my nerves, and when I couldn't stand him and go off on his butt and tell him about his behind, you know what I'm saying, and know a lot of the things that he did with his life, and we didn't agree with it. But when I tell you I miss my brother, I miss my brother. And just to see, we go through things, but when that sibling is gone, and the thing about it, when my brother passed away, my brother had like a drug addiction. You get what I'm saying? Like he had a drug addiction. My brother did. And that's when that hard bad drug, when they're coming out or whatever. And somebody gave him, a bad batch of some stuff. We know about the fentanyl and all that. So apparently someone gave my brother some bad stuff, and I got a call telling me that they found my brother unresponsive. And the hurtful thing with my brother, like when I got the call about my son, I wasn't able to, like I say, when I got to the scene with my son, it was different with my brother, because I had to literally, like, when we got to where he was, it's like the family outside. Yes, this is gonna be a very heartfelt live here, because I am talking about the loss of loved ones. So if you're in a place that you can't handle what I'm talking about, I advise you, maybe this live is not for you. But I'm only speaking of this because even though we don't agree, because we don't want to be that one person to say, you're not able to say, you can't say I'm sorry, or you can't say apologize for some things, or and then you don't want to have all those questions asking yourself, was it worth that? Was it worth me dragging, or doing my sibling this way? And then you get put in a situation, because I seen Kevin's live, and it was so heartfelt. And the things that he was saying, and I knew he was hurt, but I knew he was coming from a place of hurt, which I knew he really didn't mean what he said, but he was hurt. And when he said, if I was to leave this world, don't even come to my funeral. And all I could do is think about my brother, when I lost my brother. And I'm like, I would never want to be in a position that something happened to one of my siblings, and over a simple, a argument, of not agreeing to disagree, or however the case may be. Is it worth not, going at your sibling throat. You don't have to talk, or you don't have to do that. But is it, you got to ask yourself, whatever y'all shortcomings is, whatever, caused you all not to be on good speaking terms, or you got to ask yourself, whatever the problem is the problem bigger than your situation? You get what I'm saying? You don't want to be that sibling to have to stand over, or not being able to attend your sibling funeral. You get what I'm saying? Not able to attend that sibling funeral, and you have all these regrets, and you have all this, if I could have, you know it, woulda, shoulda, coulda. It's, do you want to, you got to ask yourself, do you want to be that individual, or in that place, or that position, and that is you, and not having that opportunity? And that's why I want to talk about my youngest brother, in which we were close. And like I said, when all that like happened with my brother, I think the door's still open and shit. When that happened with my brother, what hurted me the most, because at the time my mother, she didn't live in Florida. My mom had moved to Texas. And what hurted me, because when I got to where my brother was, and I was trying to take all my feelings and my emotions, like I couldn't believe, like when I got the call, and it was saying that my brother was no longer with us. And I'm like, that I would have never thought like I would have lost, one of my siblings, because we were all adults. It felt different, because certain places I may certain places that I would go, and where my brother be hanging out, and I just pull up on him, and he'll be like, baby girl, baby girl. I miss that. I miss that. I miss him. Even though he aggravates me, y'all, to my core. He aggravates me. I'm that big sister. We argue, we fuss. And he be like, baby girl, baby girl. I miss that. I miss that. You don't understand how much that something so little as something of a nickname that they may call you, even though somebody else may call me baby girl. But when he said, because he had this little raspy voice, be like, baby girl, what's up, what's up? He was this smooth little cat. But I am my brother's keeper. And that's the one that's buried by my son. But when I got the call about my brother, my mom, she didn't live in Florida at the time when that happened to my brother. And what hurted me the most, because I had to FaceTime my mom when they pulled my brother out, y'all. When they pulled my brother out that apartment, and when my brother lifeless body was laid, when his lifeless body was laid on that stretcher, and I'm the oldest sister, so they had to call me, because I was like the next, because my mom couldn't do it. So when they pulled my brother out, and when I see my little brother body, lifeless body, laid out on that stretcher, and with that sheet over him, like, y'all, I still see that. And just to see what I'm seeing here with siblings and things like that, I just thought, let me talk about my brother. Let me talk about my brother and how I lost my brother. That's why when my brother was spoke on here in this saga, it hit me different, because that was my brother. And don't nobody know the trauma, that I had, when my brother, it touched me different. So speaking on my brother and saying these things about my brother, not respecting my mother who's grieving, and things like that of the situation. So I'm gonna feel a type of way. I'm gonna be my brother's keeper to the grave. I'm gonna be my brother's keeper to the grave. And I always been that one sister. I don't care what it is. Me and my brother can be getting into it, and let something be going down. Guess what? I'm gonna be right there, standing toe to toe with my brother, because that's my brother's keeper. And if I can avoid anything or whatever, I would. And what I'm saying, because when people are hurting, when people are going through things, people don't want to deal with them. They don't want to deal with their hurt. They don't want to deal with their traumas. And the only way you can deal with your traumas and your hurts, guess what? You got to let God help you. Thanks for being here. Oh no, you good if you're not able to give. That's why we say be a blessing. I'm not asking for nothing. If you able to be a blessing, you don't have to come and say what you can't give. If you able to give, because when you give, when you be a blessing, you freely give because that's something you want to do. But we're not asking nobody to. I'm not here for it because I work. I'm anything anybody bless this live. It's a blessing. I see it as a blessing. But one thing about it, money don't account for when people are going through in real life. People are genuinely going through, and people need to hear other people's story to help them, because a lot of times everybody don't have an outlet. People don't have nobody that they can talk to, or they don't have that safe space where they can write something in the chat and say, hey, I've been dealing with this right here, and you said this. Because sometimes you think you be the only one that's going through life. You think you be the only one that have trauma. You think you be the only one that lost a loved one. I lost my son, and I lost my son. My son was unalive at the hands of someone. My oldest child was my son. He would have been 37. Somebody took my son's life a day after his 18th birthday. So I'm just here to let people know God will see you through. But you have to allow yourself to not hold grudges. Whether if it's a loss, somebody hurt your feelings, somebody did you wrong, you got to allow yourself to heal from the inside out. Because if you don't, you will take your traumas and you will spill your traumas, and all you do is spewing out poison, and I'm hurting. And by you hurting, and all you're going to forever do hurt other people. You're going to constantly hurt other people, because when people hurt, they feel safe. If I let this go, if I allow these traumas to go, if I let it go, and if I give it to God, I don't know how God gonna work this out. God gonna work it out. God gonna work it out. But you don't want to be that sibling that something happened. And I remember when I have my sister from my dad's side. And I remember when the situation with the two sisters happened, when they first had their little encounter. And I remember one of the sisters, I think it was Alexis panel she was on. And and she was just talking about how the two sisters can mash it out. The other sister, like, she gonna be the bigger person. But even I had a sister that I hadn't even talked to in maybe about 7 years. And me and this baby sister, I used to do everything with her. I said, you know what? I'm the oldest. So being that I was the oldest, I say I'm gonna be the one, to step up and reach out to my sister, because I thought it was the right thing to do. Hey, Vengeful. Hey, Raquel. Speak to everybody. Hey, Shaniqua, Crystal, Peter Pan. Is your brother in prison for robbing? What? But why would you think my brother in prison for robbing? Because I just lost my train of thought. But like I said, and I reached out to my sister. And I knew she was gonna call me back, because my sister, she know I'm her oldest sister. She know I was always there for her, always been there for her. And I said, you know what? I was like, I don't want to be in a situation that something happened to my dad. And that's what it was. My dad had a birthday party, and that one sister didn't even want me to even come there. Didn't even want me to come there to the party. But the other siblings knew that my daddy wouldn't have been okay with that. But to make a long story short about that, but she did ended up calling me, and I know I'm still talking about my brother. Hey, Kanisha, get GTA, whatever they name, get them out of here. Whatever, me and my sister was going through, I say, is it worth it? I say, I don't never want to be in a situation that something happened, or something happened to my dad that me and my sister can't see eye to eye, because I don't want to feel, uncomfortable. I saying, whether I'm going to say my piece, and I'm going to allow her to say her piece. But when it came down to it, And I'm still talking about my brother because I'm still my brother's keeper. At the end of the day, I'm still my brother's keeper. Whether it's my sister, my brother, my cousin, or whatever, I'm still there standing with them. And when I reached out to my sister, and when it all boiled down to it, it was something so petty, y'all. It was something so petty that she was holding something. She was so angry about a picture. It was, when I tell y'all, it was petty. And I thought I really did something. So when everybody kept asking her, well, what did Gigi do? Oh, she know what she did. She know what she did. When I tell y'all I'm dotting my I's, I'm crossing my T's, I'm like, well, damn, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell I did. Here it is years later, and I'm still trying to figure out what have I done to her. She won't tell them what I done. But when it led up to it, when she finally opened up what happened, I felt like it was still kind of whatever, whatever. I was like, this what you mad about? It was something so petty, y'all. It was something so petty. I'm like, I'm like, I freed myself from that because I'm like, you really mad about something like this? And then it went on, well, this what it was, and then it was involving somebody else. I said, you know what? I already see where this going at. And I told her, I said, you know what? And then the thing about it, when I apologized to her, she never apologized to me about nothing. She never owned up and say, well, I apologize to you. But guess what? But that's okay, though. I did my part. I did my part, and guess what? My slate is clean. So I know if I see her or I walk in a room or if we at a family gathering, I ain't saying our relationship probably gonna be like it used to be, because it never would be there, because some trust things have been broken, and I don't think our relationship would never kind of be the same. But I know when I come in her presence, it won't be no, I don't have to feel some type of way, when I'm in my sister presence. So I'm glad. And that all happened when Alexis did something on her panel. So it allowed me to take accountability, and I say, let me be the bigger sister, because I don't want to have myself in a situation and I got to feel uncomfortable, with my sister. So I'm glad I got that right. Thank you. I'm glad I got that right. But when it came to my brother, anybody, I don't know if you lost a sibling before, but it feels different when you have grown up with a sibling, and like when that one sibling is missing, and when you don't, the things that y'all do, the conversation, you miss all of that. You miss that. You can't, and my thing is a disagreement, or is it all worth it? Is money or because my brother didn't show up to court with me, or I needed $5 and you didn't give me $5. Are we really holding our siblings are we really holding our siblings to that? Is it worth our relationships and friendships over something so petty? Is it worth it? We got to ask ourselves that. I don't talk to my sister every day, but I really don't talk to my sister, but I know I'm in a good space. But the conversations and my brother just showing up at my house and me arguing and fussing at him because he knocking on my door all time of night. You miss those things. You miss those things, and you don't want to be in a situation that something happened to a loved one and you can't change it. And then because we have heard of people that say, I'll take it to my grave, or they just had an argument and something happened to the sibling and now they beating themselves up because they didn't get the opportunity to say, I apologize, or I'm sorry. They didn't get a chance to say, I love you. You get what I'm saying? So we all our brothers keeper, and when it comes to our siblings, family, I don't care what it is. If you got a family member and they doing things that you don't agree with, you tell them you're wrong. And sometimes, a lot of times, they can't accept when they're wrong. They don't like to hear when they're wrong. Or if you correcting them, and we got some siblings, they like to pout, kick, they like to do all that. But is it worth it? Is it worth it? I would never. I have 3 sisters and 2 brothers on my daddy's side. And on my mama's side, I had 3 brothers, and now I only have 2 brothers. I have 2 brothers, and I have 1 sister on my mama's side. My baby sister, I have 2 of her children, and I've been had her kids. And she used to be mad at me. She used to be upset with me, but I didn't care because I'm that one sister. I'm stern. I'm going to get on you. I'm going to tell you about your behind. You ain't got to speak. You know, one time she stopped speaking, had an attitude. But guess what? I didn't care nothing about her attitude because I'm that sister that I care. And I'm going to tell you what's right. And guess what? You will be all right and you will get over it. You will get over it. Thank you for the sub. You will get over it. And then guess what? Give them time and give them their space to think about, what they have done. And whatever you going through in your life, whatever you going through, if you going through some things from your childhood, some things that have been done, but as you get older, don't nobody owe you nothing. We shouldn't hold each other accountable for petty stuff. Not about no coins, not about no money, not because you didn't show up. We really falling out with our siblings over petty stuff. We really doing this. I got a brother. My brother was cremated. And my mom, we had to get my mom from Texas. My mom didn't even know how to, she was so hurt. Mama, to this day, y'all, my mama don't even she barely talk about my brother. And I had got a picture made. My daughter went and got some pictures printed. And when I did the thing for my brother, and I took the picture and I gave it to my mama, and she got my brother picture sent up on the thing. My mom don't really talk a lot about my brother because I know my mother is still grieving on the inside about him. But being that I experienced that, and I give my mom time, but my mama's still grieving over my son. My mom's still hurting about her first grandson. And now my mama lost her child. And then, and my mom, she was like, my mama talked to him. But when you come of age and grown and things like that, my mama miss him, I miss my brother. I miss him. And I know I've heard, different ones, here in different panels, I've heard where different ones saying, they haven't spoke to a sibling, or, they haven't talked to them a while, but you got to ask yourself, whatever it is it worth holding a grudge? Is it worth it? Because once you're gone, you're gone. They can't hear you. You standing over a casket. You standing over your sibling in a casket. They unresponsive. They can't respond you back. You holding a full conversation, and I'm just speaking in general because I was my brother's keeper. Even though we didn't see eye to eye at times, but I was that sister. I got on him. You got to do right. You got to do this. You got to do that. Oh, baby girl, baby girl. No. I'm going to be on you. And then he'll be like, all right, baby girl, you don't want to hear it. But I know whether he wanted to hear or didn't want to hear, I was that one sister that was going to tell him what was right. That was going to tell him what was right. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. Hey, Exceptional. That girl, hello. Some people's actions are so disgusting you can't forgive them. You know what? When we talk about forgiving someone, the forgiving don't never be for the person. It don't. And when we learn that and we feel like forgiving, it makes you feel like, oh, I'm the weak person, or because that's when you being unforgiving. Like me, I have an unforgiving heart. I forgive, but I don't have to deal with you. You get what I'm saying? But when you allow someone to get it out, like I said with me and my sister, when I allowed my sister to say what I really thought I did something to my sister, y'all. I was really trying to figure out, like, what did I do to her for her to be so mad at me that we haven't spoke in years? And I said, you know what? I'm the oldest. I'm going to take a stance. Let me reach out to her. When I reached out, I was like, okay, let me hear it. Hear you out. Hear you out. I'm not here to argue with you. I want to hear you out. But when I tell y'all, when she told me what she was mad about, I say, I couldn't believe it. It was about, okay, this what it was. It was a picture got posted. Like I said, I'm the oldest of my daddy kids. So on my daddy's side, so apparently one of the nieces or the nephew posted a picture of me on Facebook, and they scribbled me out the picture. So it went from there, it went left, and it blew up. Somebody called me and said, hey, did you see the picture got posted on you? So I took it to Facebook, and I went off, and everybody knew, oh, y'all know Gigi gonna snap. So I snapped. So my sister got upset, and she was like, well, when after her and I talked, she was like, well, all you had to do is come to me. But my thing is, I said, well, first of all, I didn't even know who posted the picture. I'm just snapping because I didn't know who posted the picture. But she felt like I should have called her. And I said, well, that can go either way. I'm only reacting to a picture, and I don't know what the heck going on. It just like I could have called you, you could have called me. But y'all, when it all boiled down to it, when me and my sister talked, it all boiled down by the picture. And when I went off, and she felt like she supposed to stood up for her daughter, I said, well, you have every right to stand up for your daughter, and my daughters had every right to stand up for me. So basically, it was like, that's what it was all about. Cause she felt like, cause I could have came to her about her daughter, but it was just like a bunch of, and I'm like, this is a bunch of crap. Like, but I ain't tell her that. I said, well, you know what? In my thoughts, I say, this so petty. I thought it was, to me, it was petty. But I still respected her feelings. You get what I'm saying? I say, you know what? We'll be all day going back and forth. Me saying this, you saying that. I say, well, I tell you this, to sum this up. I respect your feelings, and these are your feelings. I say, I apologize for your feelings, and I apologize that you felt this way. So this is what I'm apologizing for. And I said, but now this over here, I'm not apologizing for this, because me and my niece had already talked. But my sister didn't even know that me and my niece had already talked. Me and my niece had been over it for years, but my sister was still holding this issue within her when me and my niece had already moved on from it, but yet my sister was still mad. And me and my sister just talked like a few months ago, when we, matter of fact, January, because my daddy's birthday in January, and they threw my daddy a party. So after all that went on, after my daddy's party, that's when me and my sister talked. And when it all summed up to it, she got it out. Even to me, it was crazy, but I respected her feelings. And I didn't say, well, you shouldn't feel like that. Well, you shouldn't. Okay, those are your feelings. I respect your feelings. I apologize if that's how you feel. I apologize that I made you feel that way. I say, we don't have to talk every day on the phone. We ain't got to do that. I say, I just want to make sure the slate is clean between you and I. I'm the oldest, and I'm holding myself accountable for whatever. And me and my sister, we talked about it, and I know it was a weight. That was a weight, and I know she was able to release it. She was able to release her feelings, and guess what? And I respected her feelings. And I think what we have to do, we have to learn how to respect people's feelings. You can't tell nobody how they don't feel. If that's how they feel, okay, that's your feelings. I apologize. Whatever role I played into hurting your feelings, or even though I know within myself I didn't mean it that way, but if those are your feelings and this is how you feel, I apologize for making you feel any type of way. And that's the end of that. Clean that slate. Move on from that. And however that person choose to move on, we ain't got to argue with each other. We ain't got to say, well, remember this. We got to bring up everything that this person, no, just get to the facts. Get to the root of. We ain't got to get on, remember when you did this to me? Remember? No. I need to know exactly what you mad about. And that's how we was going by. I said, no, we not going by. I need to know exactly. We need to know exactly. And that's sometimes we want to dodge the root of it because we don't know how to be open with one another. We don't know how to be truthful to one another. And allow that person to get whatever it is. You got to free that person. Forgiveness is only saying, I'm not going to hold you hostage to this. Free yourself from that. Let me free myself from whatever it is. And I felt good knowing that. I'm like, to me, it was like, okay, but I respected her feelings. And me and my sister, we moved on from that. We moved on from that. And I think a lot of times when you get to the root of something, and when you really find out, when it comes to sibling rivalry, when you going through with a sibling and y'all don't always see eye to eye, I think it be everybody want to be tough. Oh, I'm tough. Oh, you say this, I say that. Oh, I'm going to hit you. No, it's pride. And guess what? The devil having a heyday. The devil is having a heyday. And he don't care. The devil just sitting back and looking, seeing you. Somebody got to be the bigger person. You got to allow that. You pray about the situation. That's in anything. You before you, if you know you a person ain't, you pray about it. You say, you know what, Lord, I want to do the right thing. I want to get it right. I don't want the blood on my hand. I don't, I want to do right. Because you say go to them and them alone. But God, I need you to touch that person's heart. Put me in a situation where you could touch their heart. So that way when I go, and because at first the devil was trying to be slick with me. When I text my sister, I was like, I didn't text her. I text her and the devil say, oh, tell her this Gigi. I say, no, I don't want to word it that way. Because I didn't want my sister to think that I was being messy. So I said, well, I got to say this in a way, that it's gonna soften her heart. So when I reached out to my sister, I said, hey, this your big sister. Call me. I called you, call me. I say, I'm your big sister. So me saying my name but me just put myself in that position as a big sister, I say, hey, this your big sister. When you get a chance, give me a call. I would like to talk to you. And I put myself as the big sister. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come, oh, this Gigi. Because I felt like if I would have said this Gigi, I didn't want her to have already be on on the fence like, well, what she want. You know what I'm saying? If I would have said, hey, this Gigi, I felt like she would have been more on the defense like, because we sisters, we got the same bloodline. We feisty. You get what I'm saying? So I was like, I got to come in a way that I'm not coming. I'm coming in peace. And I want to come in a way to present. So I say, hey, this your big sister. And I felt like when I came as the big sister, it warmed her heart a little different. Because I'm still letting her know I'm your big sister. I don't care what me and you going through. Right now we're not seeing eye to eye. But I don't want to come as your enemy. I don't want to feel like I'm your enemy. Or I don't want to feel like I'm coming to step down on you, because my name Gigi, Gigi, my name whole weight. So I don't want her to think that I'm coming like that. I'm coming as your big sister. I'm coming with love. I'm coming with peace. So sometimes you got to find ways, especially when you dealing with a sibling and when you know how they use, you got to find a way to approach them in a way when you know they rough and you got to find a way to say, how can I approach them that I don't look like I'm coming on the offense or I'm trying to offend you or I'm trying to get this going. Like, give them that space and let them get it all out. And if they say this how they feel, guess what? Don't say, well, now, and I ain't that. No, agree to disagree. You agree with it. The Bible tell you, agree with the adversary. You agree with the adversary. When you're going back and forth in a spirit in something, you don't go back and forth because all is going to be rah, rah, rah. But the Bible tell you to agree with the adversary. Because when you agree with it, you done with, okay, if that's them your feelings, I respect your feelings. I can't tell you how to feel. Because guess what? And when you agree with it, it's going to give them something to think about. Like, well, dang, they ain't going to go back and forth with me. Oh, they ain't going to argue with me. No, I respect that. And what else? What else I did to you? You know what I'm saying? You want to know to give them that opportunity in that space to get it out. But you pray about it. And each and every sibling is different. Let a person get it out. I ain't saying you got to rah-rah with them. But baby, you don't want to be standing over no casket of your sibling. You don't want to do that. Because that was very heartbreaking for me to see my brother. To see my brother coming out. Them pulling my brother out with a sheet over him. That hurt me, and I have to live with that for the rest of my life, seeing my baby brother like that. And this my brother on my mama's side. But then on my sister's side, we had like that little simple disagreement. You know what I'm saying? That's my sister on my dad's side. But then seeing my brother on my mama's side, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just giving y'all, what I experienced with in a disagreement with a sister, but then have to prepare my brother's funeral arrangements. But I had a good relationship with my brother, and we used to go toe to toe, me and my brother. I didn't agree with everything he say. It was times we didn't speak because I didn't agree with certain things, and he pissed me off to the highest festivity. Yeah. But I'm glad I was that big sister to be able to hold my mom up in the midst of what she was going through with my brother. I'm glad that I was that big sister, that my hands was clean and I was able to be a good support, to be able to, I felt good as a big sister. I went and got my brother clothes. I dressed my brother. I made sure my everything was right with my brother. I felt good as a sister, that I know as a big sister I did my part. So I don't have to look over my shoulders and say, like, dang, feeling bad. I don't have to feel bad. I don't have to feel guilty. Because as a big sister, I was dealt to the grave. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to be put in that position. We can't allow the enemy of our soul, because all the enemy want to do is still kill and destroy. Just remember, a quiet and a gentle spirit will kindle the wrath. Yes, it will. Thank you for that input, Sharon. I thought you were leaving, Sharon, so I was thanking you for a view and comments. I wish my big sister do this. But you know what? I agree. And let me say something to you, Kiara, based on you saying what you think your big sister should do. But guess what? Why you can't do it, Kiara? What's stopping you from being the younger sister? Because always, maybe she don't, how can I say this? I just felt that I was okay with it. But what's stopping you, Kiara, even though she's your older sister, but what's stopping you reaching out to your older sister? Because the Bible say, it's a scripture in the Bible say, offenses will come. It's a scripture in the Bible talk about offenses will come, but woe through who the offense come through. So basically what that scripture is saying, yes, this person, you probably didn't offend this person, or this person offended you, but it ain't about that. God don't look at, oh, they offended me, Lord, they get them. No, he don't look at that. He look at the wisdom, and maybe you the one have the wisdom. Maybe you can be the younger sister and say, reach out to your big sister, say, hey sis, and keep it soft and warm. You ain't got to say that, hey sis, this your little sis. I know it's been a minute. And you ain't got to get into all that. What is y'all? Oh, we ain't seen. No, you want to be able to break the ice with your sister. Say, I know it's been a minute, and I just want to know whenever you have time. I'm not rushing it, but whenever you feel time and whenever you ready, I would like for you and I to sit down, or FaceTime, or have a conversation. And I'm reaching out to you, but whenever you ready and you comfortable with it, and just give that person time, because she's not going to be ready for that, Kiara. If you still in her, she's not going to be ready for that, because it's going to blow her like, dang, that's Kiara, because she looking for Kiara to come in. That's what she looking for. But that ain't the Kiara. You're not going to give her that. You're going to give her something different. Because now what you said, I'm going to humble myself. That's why God said, humble yourself. Because when you humble yourself, humility is the best thing. But when you're humbling yourself, you take God with you. You take his spirit with you. And you just pray and say, Lord, you say, humble myself under the mighty hands of God. So, Lord, I'm not here. Lord, I'm under your hand. And I need you to hold my hand. And I need you to touch my sister's heart, because I'm tired of carrying it. I'm tired of carrying the weight. I'm tired of not being able to talk to my sister, or not being able to have conversations. I miss the good times that me and my big sister had. You get what I'm saying? But when you reach out, you give her time. Even if she don't reach out to you in the next day, the next one, give her time. Because you got to give her time to process this. Because now she's trying to process, like, is Keith really trying to talk to me? But the way you present it, and put a heart behind it. Whatever you feel led to do, Kiara. Don't wait for her. Because God gonna already prepare her heart for that, because he know where your heart at. And you ask God if that's really what you want. And I'm not saying you and your sister got to talk every day, but you want to get that off of you. You don't want to keep going on and something happened to you or something happened to your sister and you had the opportunity to get it right and you didn't get it right because you sitting there waiting. 9 out of 10, Kiara, your sister probably waiting on you. You waiting on her. She waiting on you. You get what I'm saying? But then somebody got to allow themselves to humble themselves to be the bigger person. Somebody got to humble themselves and get pride out the way. And I'm not saying y'all got to do it. It's not going to happen overnight. When you do your part, you do your part. And the Bible say go in peace. It's a scripture in the Bible. He said when you go in peace, and you do your part, and if they don't receive you, he say you kick the dust off your feet. You kick the dust off your feet and you leave it as a testimony. See, peace don't want to stay in chaos and all that. When you go to somebody and they still, you don't get in the roof with them. Cause when you come in with humility, cause you came, I'm coming, I'm not coming to this or whatever. This what I'm coming for. I want to get to the problem of it. I want to get to the bottom of, sis, what did I do? Hold yourself accountable. Don't be like, well, you did this to me. No, you don't tell them. No, you put the responsibility back on you. Put it on you, because you don't want to set her off. Just say, sis, tell me what I did, sis. Whatever I did, maybe I don't realize what I did, something, my actions or something I said, but I want to get to the root of the problem. We ain't got to dance around this, but I want to get to the root of the problem. I'm tired of carrying in this. And whatever I did unintentionally or knowingly, not knowing, sis, I want to get this thing right. I don't want to keep going on with this. We've been carrying this too long. I want us to both, to release what it is. You get what I'm saying? So, Kiara, I just feel like when you're ready and you pray about it, and don't let pride get in the way. Don't think about, well, she did this to me and I ain't got to go to her because she did. Don't see it that way, because you going in the wrong spirit. Because then you going in the wrong spirit. Your spirit not going to be right. You're going to put everything on you and say, you know what, Lord, let me humble myself. Let me be the bigger person in this. Because I want to be released myself, because I don't want no blood on my hand. I don't want to be in a situation if something happened to my sister and I had the opportunity to get it right and I didn't get it right. You know what I'm saying? So just, Kiara, because you love your sister. And I knew when I reached out to my sister, because I know my sister know that I loved her. I love my sister, and I know my sister knew that I loved her. And I knew in my heart that she was going to call me back. And when she reached out to me, she was like, oh, I ain't know. She was like, we call her fat. She was like, this fat. She was like, I didn't see my phone call. And it blessed my heart, because all I could see my little sister. And it warmed my heart, because when my phone rung and when she called me back, I knew she wanted to make peace. I knew she was tired of holding what she was holding. I knew she missed our talks and the things like that. I knew she missed that, because if she did, she wouldn't have never called back. She wouldn't have never responded to it. You get what I'm saying? But I reached out and we hashed that out. And it felt so good. And we went on talking and we had our little chat and we laughed a little bit and we didn't hold each other to that. Yes, the Lord prepares us to be a sanctuary. Be humble as a lamb and mighty as a lion. I know that's right. Yes, wisdom and knowledge is the principal thing. Yes, thank you, Bullseye, for that. Yes, y'all drop them lolos in the chat. If y'all in here, drop the Lolo. Whoever in here, drop that Lolo. Because this is what it's all about, uplifting and building each other up. Because it's so many things that we could talk about. It's so much that each and every one of us individually, that we all going through our own things in life. Everybody is going through something in their own individual life. You know? Remember, he is the potter and we are the clay. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you. And that's what he each and every one of us. And we all got to stand before God. We got to give an account. You don't want to leave this world knowing that you could have got something right. God don't want to hear them excuses. We came in this world. He say every knee gonna bow. Every that go for if you believe him or you don't believe. But one thing we don't know, people like, I don't believe in heaven or hell. Well, one thing about it, you gonna leave this world one day and you gonna find out. When you leave here, you don't want to get there and find out, well, it's really a heaven, it's really a God, it's really a hell. I'd rather take my chances of doing the right thing than to leave this world and find out hell is real and find out, because God, and find out and get there, and I'm standing at the pearly gates, and God say, okay, when I told you to do this, when I sent somebody to be a voice and sound the trumpet and give you some instructions and plant a seed in your life, you ignored me. You ignored me. Because when we looking for God, we look for God to come down. He's not coming down. That's why he said he sent his spirit to comfort us. His spirit gonna dwell within you. So God used other people to be a help to others. So you can give your testimony. So I can be a person to say, hey, I experienced this. Let's talk about siblings. We see this sibling rivalry. It ain't nothing that God can't do. Everything that's going on over there is demonic, because now it all started with a lie. It all started with a lie. And now this devil don't got into this family. Now he destroying this. He's wreaking a havoc in that family. He's wreaking havoc. And everybody got to allow themselves to heal from the inside. We cannot keep sweeping the dirt on our traumas. We cannot keep covering up our pain. We cannot keep making excuses. Well, this person did this to me. Well, my sister did this to me. Or my brother said this to me. Or they didn't do this. Really? Is it worth you losing your soul? Is it really worth you not, like, standing over a sibling and saying, oh, I could have, and I could have, should have, would have? It's going to be too late. If you don't know how to be the bigger person, a lot of times we be waiting. Sometimes God give you the assignment. Sometimes, whether you're the younger sibling or the older sibling, the middle sibling, the last sibling, sometimes he said, many are called, but few are chosen. And a lot of us have calls on our life. A lot of us, God are holding us responsible because he gave us the torch. He given us the torch and the insight on how to do things. So maybe that other sibling, just because somebody may be older, maybe they not the one that he called. Maybe he called you. And you looking for the older sibling, but God is dealing with you. Maybe God ain't dealing with the older sibling, the middle sibling, or the last sibling. You may just be that one that you got that call on your life, and God is calling you to it. That he know you will be the one. If I give it to them, they're gonna do right by. They're gonna know how to go. They're going to know how to be gentle with the other one. You get what I'm saying? So God give all of us different assignments. That's why when y'all heard me telling Robert to get before God, get in the presence of God, because Robert is that one sibling. He that sibling. You heard the older brother even said it. He's that sibling. But God had to prepare you. He had to prepare you. But you got to just be that one sibling that's willing. You got to be willing. And you got to walk in your obedience. You can't do it your way. You got to do it the way God tell you to do it. Your way of doing it. Because sometimes we can delay things. Things can take longer because we figure, oh, I'm going to handle it this way. I'm going to handle it that way. But that's not, God said my ways are not your ways. My thoughts are not your thoughts. And we trying to do things in our own. We trying to thinking the way we're doing things and how we handle situations or how we presenting it. That's not what God is calling us to. Season others because we are the salt. Yes. We that light that sat on a hill. Somebody may not see the light. You that light. And maybe you the only light that they see. And I'm here to talk about my brother. I miss my brother. I was in a good place with my brother. I had to watch them wheel my brother out where he OD'd. I had to call my mama, to FaceTime my mama to see my brother, because I don't feel like God didn't give that to my mama, because he said he will not put no more on you than you can bear. So it probably wasn't meant for my mama to be living in Florida when she was in Texas, because God knew that if my mama would have been there and the hurt thing, my mama was alone when all that happened. But I had to prepare and go get my brother clothes and, go sitting at the funeral home and making funeral arrangements, trying to get the church and all that stuff for my brother. But I felt good because I'm my brother's keeper to the grave. I was my brother's keeper. I don't have to sit back today and say, oh, and it's beat me up, because I couldn't forgive my brother of something that he did wrong, or I didn't forgive my brother for something that he said. You get what I'm saying? I was that older sister, but I thank God that I was in position that I had that big sister relationship with my brother, and I was able to be my brother's keeper to the grave. To the grave. You know what, Kiara? And if you don't did your part, and you done your part, you say you don't try. You don't have to keep, and now you don't try. You don't did your part. And know what, Kiara? You leave in peace. He said when you go in peace, and if they don't want to receive you, he said you kick the dust off. When you kick the dust off, he said take peace with you. So now you did your part. Now you got to let peace rest on you. You got to let peace rest on you. You cannot continue to keep carrying the burden. You got to ask God to heal your heart because you did your part. Let God heal you. Take the peace. God wants that peace to rest upon you. He said, I will give you the peace that passes all understanding. God know your heart. He know how you feel about your sister. He know you love your sister. But now you got to wash your hands with it, Kiara. It's not your battle no more. It's not your fight, because you went in humility. You did your part. Now let the peace of God rest upon you, baby. You rest in it and knowing that God will touch your heart, and you done with it, and you leave it, and you continue to pray. You continue to stand in the gap for your sister, because that's what you want. And now you know you fighting a devil who come to steal, kill, and destroy, to dismantle family. You know he's trying to dismantle the union of two sisters, but that's not what you want. And you continue to pray for what you want. You pray whatever it is that God, you soften her heart. Whatever it is, God, you work on her, that one day she'll come. And guess what? You're going to be there to receive her, because God already touched your heart. You ain't going to come to your sister no, because you don't did it so many times. Now you got to get the strength of God, not your strength, Kiara. You can't walk this thing out in your strength. Now you need the peace of God, God's strength, to allow you to walk in this thing and know that it's already done. He says, speak those things as not as though they were. You speak it as already done, that you already know. Me and my sister, we got our relation. You speak it into existence what you want. He says, speak those things as not as though they were. You speak it like it's already done. You continue to smile on it. Lord, I thank you for fixing that situation. Lord, I thank you for what you already did for me and my sister. Lord, I thank you for breaking that stronghold. Lord, I thank you for coming against the enemy that tried to come between me and my sister. Lord, I thank you. So what I'm saying to you, Kiara, if anything was to happen, you won't be that one kicking and screaming. Y'all see that when they be kicking and screaming and know they did right? You won't be that sister, because you know you did your part. You did your part. But now you got to move out God's way, Kiara. Now you got to let God work. Now you got to let God work on her. Because see, God don't work on you. It's a choice. So whatever the sister got going on, you got to move out her way. Move out her way. Leave her alone. It's okay. It's okay. You hold your head up with a smile and you love her, because it'll be like, well, they ain't, Kiara ain't saying nothing no more. What's wrong with Kiara? Kiara did her part. Don't keep falling for the enemy's schemes and trap what he got on. Now Kiara got to move out God's way, and now you got to let God deal with her now, and let God deal with her. And don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. You don't have to walk in that no more. Today, you heal from that. You walk in your peace today. You don't got to wait till tomorrow, Kiara. You find peace with that. It don't make you a bad sister. It don't make you ain't got to keep running and running to, it doesn't make you a bad sister, or it don't make somebody a bad brother or whatever. You went to try to resolve this, and now you got to move out the way. Give her time. It may not happen today. It may not happen tomorrow. It may not happen this year. It may not happen next year. God got to deal with her. And that's what happened to me when my son's life was taken. And the Lord said, will you trust me? Because, we want revenge. When somebody take your child life, you want revenge. But the revenge don't belong to me. It belongs to God. But I asked God, I said, Lord, I need your strength. I need the peace that passes all understanding. I don't know how to go through life without my child and knowing that these people did this. And all I heard the Holy Spirit say, will you trust me? It doesn't matter because I lost my child. It doesn't matter because will you trust God in it? Will you trust him with the process? If he don't do it for you today, if it don't happen tomorrow, if it don't happen this year, next year, whatever, will you still trust God, Kiara, to know that God gonna bring you and your sister back together? And that's all God want to know. Kiara, will you trust me? You got to trust him. We can't trust him today and say, Lord, you ain't working fast enough. You ain't moving fast enough. She just looked at me and da. No. Will you trust him? That's all he want to know. If you don't take nothing else from this, from what I'm saying, will you trust God to know that God is God? God is all power. God is the one who created family. He did that. You think he won't do that for you? He will do that for you. Because you know how you feel about your sister. Your sister probably just got pride in her. But now, Kiara, you got to move out the way. You got to move out the way. Y'all, this girl is a beautiful creation of God. Stunning, absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Willow. Praying as God for a piece of peace. And thank him in advance and watch him work. Yes. Yes, ma'am. I do understand what you are saying. I'm going to do what you say and pray about it first. Yeah, pray that God soften her heart, because what we do when we go through things and when we go through trauma, like we understand, like we saying, we see it. Hurt people hurt people. So when you're hurt, you put walls up. And we don't say it mean hurtful things and now the walls up. So now God got to tear them walls down. So God got the, I think somebody, I think Bullseye put it in. What they say, you catch more bees with honey or something like that. That one, you ain't gonna put, you not, if you got an open wound, you ain't gonna pour alcohol on no open wound. You get what I'm saying? You're not gonna do that. He will lead and guide you. Yes, he will. Getting message from this live. Bless the host. Oh, okay, that was that. I've been trying. Okay, I read that. God's will and way in his thing. His word and his power. And give us power. Yes, he give us the power. Remember, everything takes time. Yes, God could have created and ended the world at the same time. Yes, he could have. He will mend us, shape us, mold us, and make us, yes, Lord, prepare us to be a sanctuary. Just remember, I read that one. I know for sure it's God, because we were just talking about how our sisters are apart. It's 8 of us, and it's always feuding between us. I know he sent you for a reason. Oh, Kiara, thank you. Have you reached out to any of your sisters? And I'm going to share this with you since it's 8 of you. And I'm sure, how many of you out of the 8, how many of you communicate with one another? How many of the, hi, Kimberly, out of the sisters, how many out of the 8, yourself and the other sisters, how many of you already communicating right now? Out of the sisters. This is what it's all about. See, we can't keep giving the enemy space. We cannot keep giving the enemy space, because it's real people that's coming through these lives, these channels, and things like this. And the enemy, see, the enemy don't want us talking about things like this. You got to know how to play the enemy at his own game. It's all about being deliverant. It's all about healing, and that's what the enemy don't want. Any door that the enemy can get in, and he operates in chaos. He operates in chaos. That's what he do. That's his job, to operate in chaos. Ain't nothing about the devil change. The enemy tactics don't change. They're the same. Ain't nothing new up under the sun. Ain't nothing new that what the enemy do. When you read your Bible, you will see all that stuff in the Bible. Now, cuz why does sound like William? What? I don't even know who you are, because I don't know what you're talking about. Because I'm not your cuz. So I don't know what you're talking about. Drop them low lows, loving on loved ones. That all that matter. It's all about what God can do. It's all about somebody. We come here, somebody going through something, somebody dealing with through something, and getting a message out, planting a good seed, and guess what? Knowing that, guess what? God is winning. The devil already trying to win. He don't win. God said in the end we win. So we got to still let the enemy know you're not winning. Because somebody going to come across this live and going to make the right decision to do the right thing. We're not finna keep giving the enemy ammunition. Every day he get ammunition. He's sitting back watching us destroy each other every day. You get what I'm saying? Every day. I don't want that stuff in my spirit. Because it's a especially when especially when I see Robert. He say he good. We respect that if he good. But you still got to pray. You still got to keep God in the equation. I don't know if Kiara heard me. Kiara, if you still in here, how many of your siblings that you still dealing with? You notice the trolls ain't want to mess up this live like you. Hey, look, the devil gonna flee. Look, I know how to make the devil flee. I'm gonna put that word on that devil. You gonna get up out of here. We slanging oil, all that. We pleading the blood of Jesus. The blood. Yo, look, baby, we throwing holy water. We throwing everything. Oh my goodness, tread over serpent. I'm trying to tell you, go on now. Go on, baby. We slayers over here. Baby, we real slayers. We slay in the spirit. We slaying in the spirit, baby. I guess they say, oh no, look, them devils went to run. Put that cross on them. I bet them devils, no, she's talking about the Lord. No, she's talking about, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the devil don't like that. He don't like that. And guess what? Baby, let God do what he got to do, baby. If I'm gonna be a mouthpiece for what I need to be a mouthpiece for. I ain't got time for all that right there. Cause that's it's demonic. I'm sorry, it's demonic. And I know we can't fix it, we can't change it. Only people we could change is ourselves. But baby, people they do their own thing, and I ain't telling nobody what to do on their platform. This my platform. This is my platform. And whoever want to come in and on some positive stuff, and we could talk about how to help somebody, because it's a lot of people need help. Is no evil spirit is not in this chat. I'm trying to tell you. Rebecca said, you better say it with your chest, Rebecca. You better say it. I ain't got time to be fighting no demons. I'm not. I ain't fighting no demons. What I'm fighting somebody demons for? You look. He said one could chase 1,000. and two can chase 2,000. Now we gonna be some demon slayers together now. I ain't gonna be out here on the battlefield and the demons beat me for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I'm the only one out here fighting demons. Oh no. Baby. Baby, we got to put on the whole armor, God. Baby, you got to come with the whole armor over here. You got to be suited up. Baby, it's a real war going on. And baby, it's a spiritual war. And then, no. But I feel good that I was obedient, that God put that in my heart to be my brother's keeper. Hey, Lexis. How you doing, sweetie? Child, we over here slaying demons over here. We slanging holy oil. We slanging water. We got our armor on because, baby, we on the battlefield. And, baby, we getting them on about their business. Hey, Gigi, thanks for your inspiration. I had to pull the plug on my... Oh, my God. Are you serious, Miss Ruby? Y'all dropped them low-lows. Y'all dropped that low-low. So sorry to hear that. Y'all dropped some low-lows in the... Oh, my God. Sorry. We send so much love to you. Love your way, peace, and strength your way. How old was your son, Miss Ruby? If you don't mind me asking. Y'all drop them lolos for Miss Ruby. If anybody in this chat, let's drop some lolos in the chat for Miss Ruby. She had to pull the plug on her son. He had lung cancer. We send all the prayers and love your way, Miss Ruby. But God is your peace, Miss Ruby. He's your peace. He's your strength. If you don't mind me asking, when all this happened? See what I'm saying? We don't know. People going through every day. Sorry to hear that. We definitely send peace your way, Miss Ruby, and love and strength. And just know, Miss Ruby, as you going through your trying time, because that's not easy, pulling a plug on your child. I experienced that with my daughter. Her brother, my daughter, my youngest daughter, she had a brother. He was 12, and my ex-husband, and the mother of the child, they both was incarcerated. And I went to the hospital with the grandmother of my daughter's brother. He was 12 years old, and he got hurt on a four-wheeler. The other boy survived, but he was 12, but he was on the machine. And I was there. That was the first time. And just seeing his little lifeless body, you know, he was 12, and just seeing his body in the machine, you know, breathing for him, and then removing. And when they removed he had no activity, brain activity. And I was there, and that was the first time before I even lost my son. I don't even know if God was preparing me for that, but that was the first time that I actually seen someone being removed from the life support machine. And I just seen his little lifeless body. And when I tell you, like, oh my God. Yes, I am. I had to move from Buffalo to Georgia. He was 41. He was still young. Sorry to hear that, Miss Rue. We definitely will keep you lifted up. See, this is the things that God wants, because we don't understand, like, it's so many things that the enemy wants to distract us from the importance of really things. The devil want to keep us all distracted, and God has so many of us that he can use. Just like the devil used people, God used people, because we don't know what nobody from day to day, what somebody mental is, what they going through. You know, Miss Ruby said she had to move from Buffalo to Georgia, you know, pulling her child from life support. You know, he had cancer. And we hear that with different people losing loved ones from cancer. I lost an aunt from cancer, and just seeing what she went through is very heartfelt. And we will definitely keep you lifted up, Miss Ruby. Oh, Just trust God, Miss Ruby. You're going to have your good days. You're going to have your bad days. You're going to have them hills to climb. But Jesus is your portion, you know. You got to trust God in it. We all got to trust him no matter what we're going through, no matter what we're dealing with. It's some hurt people. It's some hurt peoples in this YouTube. We see it's some people so mean and ugly. Their hearts are so dark, and I don't want my heart to be like that. When I lost my son, y'all know I used to pray every day, and I asked God to work on my heart. I did not want my heart to be dark and ugly, and me holding, because the people that was involved with taking my son's life, I didn't, from the justice of the system. No, I didn't get that justice, but I know I got justice with God. But I had to pray and ask God every day, Lord, work on me. Create in me a clean heart. You know what I'm saying? I got to go. Create in me, a clean heart, that I won't sin against you. I don't hold this in me that where you can't touch my heart, where I'm not reachable because I'm mad at this person, because this person did this to my child, and now I'm holding all this inside of me, and now God got to break through all this stuff. We can't allow people to make our hearts ugly. It's some people through this YouTube street got some ugly hearts, and they want your heart to be ugly. They see you got a good heart. They see people love you. They reach out to you. They see how people gravitate to you. And sometimes people just be jealous of your personality. And you can't allow these people to make your heart turn ugly. Oh, you have his ashes on. That's your baby. He gonna forever be with you. That's your baby, Miss Ruby. And you're going to continue to carry him right there in your heart. And he wants you to continue to be happy. Don't have no regrets. Miss Ruby, don't feel bad. Don't neglect yourself. The things that you was doing, the things that you love. Miss Ruby, you continue to do those things because that's what your son wants for you. Don't think that if you go do certain things, you feel selfish. Don't do that. You don't have to feel bad. Don't feel selfish. You continue to smile, Miss Ruby. You continue the things that you was doing prior to all of that. Don't allow it to put you in a dark place. Don't allow it to make you have regrets or feel bad, or you feeling down. Don't. Keep living, Miss Ruby. You see me. I always have I love, do the things that you enjoy. Do the things that make you happy. Do the things that you love. And you're gonna day by day take it one day at a time. It ain't gonna happen overnight. Take it one day at a time. But I promise, it's been 19 years for me, and I can honestly say all my good days do outweigh my bad days. I have more good days than I do bad, because guess what? You don't have to have a bad day. People choose to have a bad day. People wake up and choose to be angry. People wake up and choose to be hateful. That's a choice. But you know what? You're going to wake up and say, you know what? I'm not going to he's not defeated. He's not suffering. You prefer your child to be with you, but you got to know he's not suffering no more. He ain't got to suffer. But now you got to work on you, Miss Ruby. You got to work on you. And a lot of times we lose ourselves in other people, and we forget about ourselves. That's why we get sick and we have all these ailments in our body, because we stop living. We stop living. Who is that yelling? So we praying for you, Miss Ruby. Miss Ruby, can I ask you, when this happened with your son? No, you can't be no mod. I don't know who you are. You just can't come here to my, can you be a mod? I don't know you. But how you doing? You just come in here and say, can I be a mod? I forget that. Get him up out of here. Oh, I feel good. I did a good deed today. And I just pray, we definitely going to continue to keep the siblings lifted up. It's going to take time for them. A lot of healing got to take place. But the healing, you got to just give people their space, and whatever they rant and raving and all that, they got to get all that stuff out of them. And sometimes you just got to move out their way and let them be. Yeah, that's your baby, Miss Ruby. You're gonna think about him. I wake up every day thinking about my son. But I try to be like, I try to put it out my mind. And I know it may seem like, what? She want to put it. And it's in my heart, but I try to put it out my mind. I don't want to, like, I try not to, how can I say this without making it seem like, oh, that's me. Just listen to my heart. Just listen to my heart when I say this. I try to put it out my mind because I don't want to lose my mind. I don't want to lose my mind, like thinking about my son and knowing that my baby is not here. So I try to hold him dear in my heart. I try to keep myself busy because I feel like if I think about it every day, I think it'll just drive me crazy. It probably put me in a mental place that I don't want to be. So I don't, when I say I don't want to think about him, not in a bad way, but I try not to think about him like that because I don't want I got to keep my mental state, my mental capacity. Oh, Kiara is back. 3 out of 8 communicate. Okay. Hey, that's all good. That's 3. That's good. Because what God word say? See, I'm going to always bring you back to the word. What he say? Wait, 3? Just think of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, baby. Let me tell you what God can't do. God work numbers. It's only 3, but y'all 3, you and them 3 that communicate, baby, y'all can do a roll call. Y'all can get on a sister call and be like, we gonna stand in the gap. Because if that's what y'all really want, the 3 of y'all and it's 8 of y'all, if y'all really want God to build in men that broken relationship, to bring them other 5 sisters back, all 2 or 3. He said all God need 2 or 3. He could work with that. Yes, he could work with that, Kiara. And it's a blessing. You could get them other 3 and y'all come together because guess what? Y'all communicate. The 3 of y'all communicate. Y'all hear each other out. And the other one, you may see somebody trying to push against it. But guess what? Y'all 3 can come together and you can spearhead this thing and you can let them know, say, God put this in my heart. You can share with them the live and how God touched your heart. And y'all 3 can come together. Come if 2 of y'all want to do it. It don't matter. All it takes is 2. If one may not, but I'm praying that all 3 of y'all come together and do it. And y'all gonna lift them. Y'all gonna come together, and y'all gonna come together and y'all gonna call out y'all sister's name and y'all gonna lift them up, because if that's what y'all want and God gonna bring them, I'm agreeing, I'm touching and agreeing that God gonna bring each and every one of them one by one. They might not all come at one time, but I see God bringing all y'all back together. I see God already. I'm believing God for it. I already see God bringing them. It's already done. It's already done. Even if just two turns to 4 and 4 turns, that you better say it. You better say it. I already see God doing it. Just go to praying. How many sisters? Okay, Kiara, let me ask you this. You say, have you reached out to all the sisters, the other 5, or was it just one sister that you reached out to? Because you say you reached out to a sister. So the sisters that you reached out to, have you reached out? I tell you what. How about you go sit with the other 3 sisters, right? Y'all just pray on this. Y'all get together and y'all pray on it. And what all 3 of y'all need to do when God give y'all the okay, because God got to work on their hearts. And because y'all want to give them time. And you got to be able to sit down and explain to the sisters, hey, we're going to pray about this thing. We trusting God for this. We don't want to be in a situation that, we're not speaking and something happened, XYZ. Y'all may have kids and, your kids grow up, whatever the case may be. Y'all come together, y'all pray about it. And when y'all feel like it's time and y'all come back together, all y'all need to reach out to the sisters that not communicating with y'all. All y'all gonna reach out to them sisters. You gonna reach out to the 5, the other one all 3 of y'all gonna reach out to them. They gonna think y'all lost y'all mind. They're going to be calling each other, girl, did you get it? Girl, I got it. I can see the conversation. I can see it now. But even out of the 5, when y'all, because when all y'all do, because see, God say he give you power to tread on the enemy. You got to go in that thing and take it by force. You got to go up in there and tell the devil, you ain't going to do this. And when all y'all bombard, like they say, bombard heaven, baby, y'all going to all send them messages out. You sound just like them. Wait a minute. Because, baby, they going to think you lost your mind. And y'all all gonna bombard them at the same. You know how y'all you know how you dump somebody. All the sisters coming, and there's one or two, and there's 8 of y'all, and y'all gonna jump. That's how the 3 gonna do. But we jumping in the spirit though. So just think of you're jumping something, right? So you coming in the spirit, but y'all bombarding this thing, and y'all finna jump the devil, cause the devil been beating y'all for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and now you coming to get your sister. We come for our sister, and we want our sister, and we coming and we taking it by force. So y'all 3 sisters gonna get together, and when y'all come into agreement, y'all gonna do it at the same time. Each and every one of y'all gonna reach out to them sisters. The 5 that's love, you gonna reach out to 5. The other one gonna reach out to 5, and the other one gonna reach out to 5. We don't care about who ain't responding. All we know, we reaching out. Somebody gonna respond to it. Somebody gonna reach out to the other 5 and be like, girl, did you get a text from Kiara? Girl, yeah, girl, I got a from Kiara, girl, and I got a text from the other sister. And girl, you too, girl. I did too, girl. I got a text from Kiara and the other sister. You too, girl. Me too. All them gonna be saying the same thing. I'm gonna say this. It seems like it wasn't real until I was on the way to. I realized it was real. Thank you, Gigi. I needed someone to talk about it with. I am 74. Oh, Miss Ruby, we love you, Miss Ruby. Blessings to you, Miss Ruby. Oh my God, you just touched my heart, Miss Ruby. Oh, Miss Ruby, you such a blessing on this timeline. Oh my God, you about to make me cry, Miss Ruby. Miss Ruby, you are a blessing. You a patriarch on here. I got a patriarch on my page. Oh, Miss Ruby, you just blessed this timeline. Oh my God. You just warmed my heart. Oh my God. Thank you, Miss Ruby. Such a blessing. God gonna continue to get you through, Miss Ruby. And you still here. You a blessing, Miss Ruby. You 74. Oh my God. You old patriarch in here. All right, Miss Ruby. LOL. Thank you so much, Miss Gigi. You are literally doing the Lord's work. Peace and blessings to everyone on here. I want to hear about it. I definitely want to hear about it. So you going on and gather them sisters up and be like, girl, I met this crazy lady, Miss Gigi, on YouTube, lady. I met this lady. But you know what? But if you really want that relationship, if y'all want that back, what y'all had, y'all get by force. Y'all go stop on that devil head. Don't let him continue to keep winning. You don't want no regrets. You don't want that. You don't want to live with that. And I'm praying that we, each and every one of us, even Miss Bullseye, baby, we agreeing for that. We want to see it happen. They're going to come one at a time. However they come, they coming. They coming. So God is good. We praying God for that. Blessings to you as well, Kiara. Oh my God, this has been such a good live. I feel so good. My work is here. It's done, honey. Look, honey, my missionary work. I love being an inspiration. I love being able to know that I'm able to make a difference in somebody's life. And I just hope this live just reach who it needs to reach and touch who it needs to touch. You know, no matter who you are, that you can find a way to mend the broken pieces of relationships with siblings and things like that, because you don't want to, you want to be your brothers and your sisters keeper, but we also want to be able to respect the person. And when we learn how to respect boundaries and things like that, and sometimes you just got to pray about it, respect it, and if you really want it, you got to pray for that person's heart. You got to pray that God touched them, and pray against the things that got them the way they are, you know. Hey, Mr. Harold. Good seeing you. Well, it's afternoon where I'm at, Mr. Harold. It's afternoon, but good morning. Or should I say afternoon? Yeah, afternoon. We've been on here a good little minute. We had a look good little conversation in here. We met we have Miss Ruby in here. Miss Ruby lost a child of cancer. And Mr. Harry, you know, you fresh, you know, losing a child. So we have a patriarch in here, Miss Ruby. She's 74, and she was talking about her son. So we send blessings her way. And we continue to uplift you too, Mr. Harold. You and your family, your wife, lift you all up and send blessings your way to continue to comfort your hearts through your trying time. And we all have trying time. And it don't have to be, you know, losing a loved one. Trying time can be anything. Disagreement with siblings and not, you know, seeing eye to eye. You know, it could be anything, you know. We don't know what nobody's going through. A lot of people going through a lot. And the devil is wreaking havoc in the earth, because he know his time is about up. So he's wreaking havoc. But at the end of the day, we got to find it in our hearts to do our part. You know, sometimes you got to clap back. You got to pop off and clap back. But I try not to be, I don't want to be that person. And if I could bring light to something, just using my testimonies and trying to bring light to a situation to see if a person, you know, to plant some good seed somewhere where a person can find it in their heart too. Because when you keep giving the devil, you can't keep giving the devil ammunition. You can't keep giving it to him. And that's how it's going to continue. It's going to be a continuation, you know. But, Bullseye, I enjoyed you. I appreciate you for being here for me and supporting me in this live. But we ain't even, Miss Bullseye, you ain't have to do too much of blockers. Look, work was easy today, right? Look, Conquer. Baby, let me come out. You look, baby, them demons don't listen, cause it's spirit. Them demons, look, she said easy today. Them demons don't be want to hear all that. Look, they were like, oh, that's boring. We don't want to hear that. Let us go find somewhere else to go. Yep, find somewhere else to go. You know, we gonna have our days when we crank up. But I got to be looking out for Miss Ruby, because I can't get too crunk, because I got Miss Ruby in here. So I got to respect my elders. I listen to, oh, Miss Ruby, you listen to me every day. Miss Ruby, I just did a live, and I was not myself, Miss Ruby. Miss Ruby, forgive me. I'm sorry. I apologize, cause I was saying some foul things out my mouth, Miss Ruby. So, Miss Ruby, now that I know, I got to watch my mouth. And I'm sorry, and I apologize. Do you accept my apology for having a potty mouth, Miss Ruby? They pushed me to it, Miss Ruby. Okay? You grandma now, Grandma Ruby. Okay? You forgive me? Because I know you want to take your switch out. Because I had a real potty mouth. I bet Miss Ruby say, Lord have mercy. Miss Ruby, do I remind you of your younger self, Miss Ruby? Because I can hear you now say, Lord have mercy. This gal got an old potty mouth. She reminds me of my young self. Did I remind you of yourself, Miss Ruby? See, Miss Ruby, now you got me feeling. Now I'm ashamed now. Now I'm embarrassed right now. Boys, I'm embarrassed right now. Miss Ruby don't told me her age, and now so, because baby, I was getting it down. Oh Lord. I'm sorry, Miss Ruby. Look, enjoy your in the parking lot. Get it ready to start this. Look, I was good today. I was good today. I was talking about my brother's keeper. I was being my brother and my sister's keeper today. So I was calm today. I was calm today. Miss Ruby said, girl, I used to be a gangster. That's why I love you. All right, all right, all right. I'm good then. Miss Ruby, you 74. You weren't pulling out them switchblades, was you? Ah, Miss Ruby, you weren't one of them kind, was you? Oh my goodness. Miss Ruby, you was one of the ones walking around with them big pocketbooks. I can visual Miss Ruby with that big purse. Ruby didn't play, baby. There go Big Ruby. Y'all better get back. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my God. I love it. Oh, Miss Ruby, you just brought some joy to this thing. Like, oh my God. That's what it's all about. Laughter. See, we even, Miss Ruby even got in here and gave us a good laugh. Oh my goodness. Great live. Yes, yes. I love y'all. I thank y'all so much. Miss Ruby, you such a blessing. So, Miss Ruby, you in here to keep me straight, right? Is that what you're saying? You gonna keep me straight? Or you got the big purse? You ready? So you with me, huh? Cause my brother named Gangster, Miss Ruby. My brother that I was talking about, his nickname is Gangster. So I know you bought that. So I got Miss Ruby in here. Y'all come over here playing with me. Y'all want to. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Got my gangster grandma in here. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. You bless my heart, Miss Ruby. We send love to Kiara Way, everybody that came in here and chimed in on this live. Much love to everyone. We appreciate everyone. We thank everyone for the Lolos, the loving on loved ones. We were able to get in here to bring peace to someone's spirit. Love you, exceptional. Thank you too. Just bring a little peace and joy to somebody's life to kind of give someone how to rekindle families back, because we see what's going on with the Hampton family and them and everything. And we send love, peace, and prayers their way. We know that God, we praying for God to bring that family back, but we know that each and every one of them have their own healing that they got to do. I started to, but jail wasn't so big. Go check my brain and don't. Oh my goodness. So we definitely gonna, keep those in mind as we see everyone that's dealing with different things, the different content creators, and we see everything that's going on. But we definitely gonna keep everybody prayerful because we was here for one agenda. But when the enemy, the enemy gonna always try to make himself seem like he's winning and he got it, and but it got to always be those that somebody got to have not that we don't have the level head. So when I say that, I'm not saying that we don't, but sometimes everybody when you on the battlefield, we all in different positions and in different areas on the field, but we're going to keep each and every one supporting them, uplifting everybody, and we're not saying we got to come together, but it's all in how you do it. But we are our brother's keeper, whether our brother's keeper by blood or we are brother's keeper because we are God's children. You get what I'm saying? So we are our brother's keeper, and if we could come here and be a help to someone that may not dealing with having relationships with their siblings and things like that. So we rooting for that. We rooting for, Kiara and her sisters. We rooting for the peace of those that lost a loved one. And that's what we rooting for. That we all, whatever we dealing with in our life, on our daily journeys and things that we have went through in our childhood, whatever we dealing with, we have to find it in ourselves to allow God to come in to heal our broken heart. And only he can do that. But he's not going to force it. He's not going to force it. I'm glad I didn't read that because I was getting ready to read whatever they were saying, and you got him up out of here. But you know, our work here is done. I don't want to hold anyone up. I enjoy everybody. I'm on my summer break. So I definitely in the morning. So I'm gonna try to come on here in the morning because y'all used to me coming in here in the morning. So if I don't have an appointment or anything to do, we'll still be back to regular schedule. So I'll be dropping the babies off, and once I drop babies, and then I could be back to regular schedule unless I have something to do. But I enjoy everybody. We love you, Miss Ruby. Thank you. Love you, Bullseye. Thank you so much for, standing, being in this space with me, moderating for me. And I thank everybody that came in on the panel, showing love and everything. So I'm going to talk to you all tomorrow, but I'll be here tomorrow by 8, probably like I normally get on here by 8:30. I drop the babies off. The babies got to be dropped off by 9. So how about I might schedule this live probably like for 9 o'clock. Cause I normally do it like 8:30. And no, I ain't gonna change it. I'm gonna keep it 8:30. So, cause I'm get up and get the babies, and I just keep it probably 8:45. I do 8:30, 8:45. But if I come on at 8:30, but let's probably between 8:30 and 8:45, I'll be on here, and I just keep my schedule the same. Yeah, I'll schedule it. Thank you for your inspiration. Yes, ma'am, Miss Ruby. Thank you for being in the chat, and thank you for sharing your life with us. We love you. We love everybody. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. All right. God bless everybody. What's up, chick? All right.